Hi everybody, Tom here. Thanks for joining me on the channel today. You're watching Joy en Route. Today, I'm going to take you on a little walk here first, out to see something that is truly astonishing, I think. I'm at what is referred to as the downstream campground. It's an Army Corps of Engineers campground. It's behind me there. You can see where Joy's parked. And it's on Fort Peck Lake near the Fort Peck Dam, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. And we're going to go over to the interpretive center so that we can learn a little bit more about how this all came to be. Because, like I say, you're about to be amazed. At least I was, and I'll assume that it fascinates you as well. So let me just get a little bit further where I can turn the camera around and you can take a look at what is so astonishing. I think I have to get out here a little bit further just so that we can see this a little bit in more of to let you see the scale of it. It's just surprising. All right, let me turn this around and show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so I'm starting here because this isn't really quite it yet. But as I pan this direction, look at this big hill here. As I pan across, it's pretty hazy here. I think we've got some Canadian fire smoke going on, so it's looking kind of hazy. But this whole hill here is the Fort Peck Dam. Now this camera has a very wide angle, a very wide field of view. So it may not be as spectacular as I'm thinking it is, at least not as spectacular as it is to me just standing here. But I don't know whether putting me in frame would give you a better sense of scale or not, so I'm just going to do that. Turn around here so that you can see it. This hill is just absolutely massive. How did they get all that dirt there to form this dam? That's what we're going to go find out today over at the interpretive center, which is off in that direction, and we'll go take a look at it. As if you've followed the Joy en Route Facebook page, you've probably already seen the pictures of the two power station buildings that are over there. I'm actually going to get to take a tour of them tomorrow, and tomorrow is my last day here. I'm out after that. But unfortunately, I will not be able to film in there, I guess for two reasons. Number one, after 9/11, it became designated as critical infrastructure, and you don't get to film at critical infrastructure, I guess. The other thing is that the person that I arranged the tour with said you probably wouldn't want to bring a camera in there anyway, because the electromagnetic fields in the building are actually rather intense. So I don't know. Maybe it would scramble a camera, maybe it wouldn't, I don't know. But regardless, we won't be able to film there just because of the whole critical infrastructure thing. So the interpretive center is a short hike over over to the east here, and so I'm going to head that direction, and we'll catch up with you on the other side. Here's another view of the dam. I think this one gives a really good sense of scale, given the playground equipment here in the foreground. The dam is just massive, and just think about this. There's a whole lake out beyond that thing, so I don't think there's any real fear of it, breaking down and flooding the area. But again, we're going to go see exactly how this was constructed. The interpretive center is right over here. Beautiful Montana countryside. This area a little green. The water that you may see off there in the distance there, my understanding is that those are dredge ponds. I think we'll learn more about that in a while. Interpretive center behind the trees, and of course the two power stations and the dam. And just another thing that maybe you might like to do is, or I'll probably just put it up here in the video, is a little flyby of Fort Peck Lake. It is a massive lake. You see it quite clearly at a level on a map where you can see the entire state of Montana. It's just, Fort Peck Lake is just absolutely massive. It's the largest body of water in the state, I believe. So you're not going to miss it. But yeah. And again, the interpretive center just ahead. Let's hope there's some really fun stuff to look at in here. My understanding is that it's not just about the power stations. It's not just about the dam. It's about the entire area. We may even see dinosaurs here. I told you we were going to see some dinosaurs here. Don't think I would have wanted to encounter one of those back when they were living. Quite the beast. Well, I just had a fabulous introduction to this facility from a beautiful person by the name of Sue. Thank you, Sue, for your wonderful introduction to the facility. This is quite a place. This interpretive center has all sorts of information, so definitely if you are in this area of Montana, you don't want to miss it. But we'll take a look at everything that the place has to offer. As usual, probably won't be absolutely everything. I, got to leave something on the table for you to go and find out for yourself. But let's take a look around. Sue tells me that this display takes a look at the wildlife that existed, well, post-dinosaur, and maybe long about the time that man came along to the area. The grizzly population has apparently dwindled, but is bouncing back. Pretty much everything else you see, however, is common right up to today, including apparently badgers. Being from Wisconsin, that sort of says something to me, right? And the old prairie dogs. Rattlesnakes. Beautiful deer. Sheep. Oh, a little bobcat. Beautiful. Although dinosaurs are the rage in these parts, at one time Montana was a part of the great inland Cretaceous Sea, the Cretaceous Inland Sea. So let's take a look at what all we would have encountered back in that time. Don't want to forget all the things that are hanging from the ceiling here. I hope the lighting is good enough to let you actually see them. Museums can be rather dark, right? Looks like the camera's picking it up very well, though. Boy, look at that bad boy. They're all pretty ferocious looking. The Cretaceous Inland Sea in Montana. I'm going to let you try and pronounce the name of this particular dinosaur that we'll also see its skeleton. Struthiominmus? I don't know. A big bird-like thing, kinda, in its face anyway. It did have arms, though. I think some of these next dinosaurs are probably some of the more recognizable ones. There's so many that I've probably not heard of. If you are a dinosaur aficionado, you probably have, but not that I'm not a dinosaur aficionado. I think dinosaurs are very cool. And to think that the world was such a different place back when they roamed the earth. But yeah, so here's a look at some of the more recognizable dinosaurs. And Triceratops. And we have a whole T-Rex here. This is the Pex Rex, I guess it's called. This is a casting, but I'm told that the actual fossilized remains of this Pex Rex, I can say that, can be found in Bozeman, Montana. And they have a huge dinosaur museum. I guess it's the biggest one in the state over there in Bozeman. And as I will be traveling through that area, we'll probably stop. So there may be more dinosaur stuff to come. I think somebody's about to be lunch. This is kind of interesting. I showed you the dam from the campground side, and we can't really see the lake, but here's an interesting picture that kind of shows the whole thing. And Joy is parked about right over here, right in here. We are at the Interpretive Center which is actually back here, and the powerhouses are over there. Well, this is just fascinating. I'm about to show you a cross-section of the dam that we've seen from the outside. And so there it is. This is the slope that I've showed you from the outside. And there is a gravel toe, which you may have seen out there. But I didn't realize how else it was constructed, especially the steel sheet pilings that went in. And so there's apparently what that looked like between 1933 and 1940. Dredge boats collected a mix of sand, gravel, rock, silt, and water from the Missouri River and pumped it to the dam. What an operation. A whole different perspective on this dam here at Fort Peck Lake. So as I turn around here, the campground is back that way. And somewhere here, it's hard for me to see on this little screen that's in front of me, but you should be able to see the powerhouses somewhere as I pan back and forth here. But then take a look at the actual dam itself. Again, this is an earth dam that was built, the core of the dam, which comes up to the roadway here, is or was deposited by a slurry method. So they piped in slurry, which of course is water and earth mixed together, and then they would pour the slurry in and let it settle out, and then pour more in and let it settle out, and on and on and on until they built it up like this. It looks a bit deceptive when you're down in the campground looking up at it, in that it seems like it's just a fairly short walk up the hill, but no. I mean, it is a serious distance here. And by the way, the dam is 4 miles long. So from, over here, these are the gatehouses for all of the tunnels that run over to the powerhouse. Now that I'm not in the picture and I'm looking at a bigger thing and I can see where I'm pointing, there are the powerhouses right there. You can see them both, but one is in the foreground, kind of mostly blocking the other one. Yeah. So the dam starts, back here and runs all the way out to the end there. You can kind of see where the little two-rut service road that runs along the dam here kind of fades into the distance there. That's kind of about, I guess, kind of where it's going to end, somewhere out there. I'll actually be driving it in not too long. But I've also been told about another overlook that is available a little bit further around the hills here, so I'm going to go find that. I'm at the Lewis and Clark Overlook, where you can see a lot of Fort Peck Lake. I hope the wind isn't messing with the mic too badly. I'm trying to cover the end of the phone where the mic is so that it doesn't get the wind. And I think what you're actually seeing here, at least directly off in this direction, I'll zoom way in. I believe that out beyond the outcropping there, that is the portion of the lake that heads in overall the lake kind of looks like an upside down V. And the southeast side of that upside down V is out beyond the hill here. and heads down that direction. And then the southwest directed portion of the lake is out that way. But quite a huge lake. And I'm told, of course, that it's not actually a lake, it's really a reservoir. This was dammed off, and you can see the dam right here. Let me go back out to 3x zoom. That's a little bit easier on the eyes and stomach as I swing around. So yeah, the gate, I call them the gate houses. There's a different word for them. I'll put it up on the screen. Are there, and you can see the dam out along it. The Colorado River flows through the power station and back out up that way. And also, I think over here is where the Milk River ties into Fort Peck Lake. I believe at different parts of my journey here over the next couple of days, I'll be closer to the Milk River. So I don't know, we may be seeing that again. But yeah, there's your grand look at, here, let me go all the way out to ultra wide zoom, and here's your panorama of the Fort Peck Reservoir, and I mean, Google calls it a lake, but it's officially a reservoir. It's formed by a dam and controlled by a dam. And there's that dam. And there's Joy. Okay, well, I guess I'm up on the top of Fort Peck Radio Tower Hill. Can you tell why? And I won't even apologize for being out of breath. It's quite a grade coming up here, even if you're walking. There would have been no way on God's green earth I would have brought Joy up here. At a certain point, it became obviously impassable. I'm impressed, though, that somebody's driving propane trucks up here to fill these tanks that I guess power the equipment here. Good on them. They must have very high clearance vehicles. But yeah, whoo. Check this out. What am I on? I'm on 1x. Let's go out to full zoom out. That's as wide as I can get it. And I think that the better time of day to be up here, frankly, would be morning, when you have the sun at your back, and then you can see this landscape looking a little less hazy, a little less lit up. But wow. So, Missouri River or Milk River, I don't know. I gotta do a little bit more research to see exactly what's flowing where. Both rivers are in this area. The Fort Peck Dam blocks off the Missouri River, and there it is right out there. Sorry for the telephone pole, I'll get around it. And there it is. But look at this scene, you guys. Oh my God, that's really spectacular. And I'll zoom into I'll zoom into 3x zoom. There's Joy, and somebody else came, and looks like they're hiking up too. I see a red shirt down there and a darker shirt. Hope I left him enough room. I had to back out of the road. There was just no way I could get up here with Joy. It's just not, I mean, it's a fairly high clearance vehicle, but not that high. Let me go 10x and just kind of look at some of this rugged terrain. It's not all that rugged. I mean, some of it is. I guess 3 looks better. I guess some of it is pretty rugged. But it is still pretty soft, in much the same way that the Dakotas have that softness to them. I don't see the spillway down there, but whatever. I may not be all that interested in even stopping to take a look at it. Let's go up this way and see what's over the horizon in this direction. Let me come way back out. But yeah, as you can see, these roads, I mean, that's just the side channel here, but the side channel kind of becomes the main channel further down. Yeah, plenty of propane tanks up here on this hill, so somebody's got to get up here to film. Over the road that I started coming up, yeah, don't know. Oh, that is just beautiful. Look at this, you guys. Hope you can hear me okay. The phone has a really good camera array, or I mean microphone array, though it really tends to pick me up really well. Just gonna walk out here a little bit with all the grasshoppers. There's tons of grasshoppers here, you guys. But look at that. Wow. Let me zoom a bit. There's normal view, but I'm going to go in 3x. Just look at that. Oh, that's just beautiful. Sorry, I'm trying to blow a fly off of my arm. Flies everywhere. And further down, more of the river. Just spectacular. Pardon the telephone poles and microwave relays and whatnot. I'm coming to give more of a southerly look at the Fort Peck. Well, let's call it a reservoir, right? Google calls it a lake, but we'll call it a reservoir because that's really what it is. But yeah, this is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, so I'm just kind of looking at this road again. As you can see, this is really quite a mess. That goes way down in. And yeah, the ruts on the side here. Wow. I mean, you could come up on the other side of the road here. But there is a place down there where it's just like, no, I don't think so. Kind of because it cuts across the road rather than runs alongside of it. I think Joy would have no problem coming up this leg, but yeah, I don't know. Once you get up to where the color shifts a little bit there, just before the top of the ridge, I'm not sure. This is kind of would have been ridiculous to try and drive Joy up. Look at this rugged Montana landscape, though. Wow. Kind of makes you want to find yourself a horse and just go riding. Yeah, now with the sun angle at just the right vantage point here, I can definitely show you there's no way I would have driven Joy through that. You know, I don't know, maybe if I was all the way over here to this side, maybe I could have made it, but then yeah, possibly, but I probably would have gotten freaked out further up and just said no. And then I would have had to back down all the further. Well, I hope you enjoyed this glimpse of the Fort Peck area in northeastern Montana, as much as I did in learning about its history over the eons and the inhabitants, sometimes rather monstrous, over those eons, and to learn how this dam was constructed. Quite a feat for sure. Beautiful campground, so if you are looking for a place to stay in the northeast Montana area, definitely can recommend the Downstream Campground, a Army Corps of Engineers campground. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the sights today, and we'll see you on the next video.